Hello, beautiful Aries. Thank you for being here. This is a singles love reading for the Aries Collective. Let's get started. My name is Jaden, and this is Lighthouse 36. Spirit, what messages do you have for the Aries Collective regarding singles love for the next month or so? What messages do you have for Aries, please? What messages do you have for Aries in terms of love? Singles love reading for Aries, please. Spirit, what messages do you have for Aries? Wow, this card's coming out now. This is like the third reading. Spiritual maturity, beautiful. Um, any more messages? Overall theme. Bounce back. Yeah, resilience after setbacks, recovering quickly, determination to rise again, can't keep me down. Wow, beautiful. Okay, one more spirit. One more spirit, please. For Aries. One more for Aries, please. One message for Aries. Triggered. Emotional reactions, unresolved wounds, facing past hurts. Why does this bother me? Wow. Okay. Let's get some clarifiers. Maturity, there's universe, which is the world card. Another clarifier, please. Solitude, which is the hermit card. Another clarifier, please. Rest and rejuvenate, yeah. Okay, bounce back. That's pretty much the hermit energy, so that was like a confirmation. A bounce back. There's financial and material changes. Please clarify further, Spirit. Okay, two cards here. Heart chakra and patience and planning. Okay, triggered. 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 New beginnings. Disruption. One more. Lots of major arcanas here. And firm foundation. And there's passion ignited and foundation and achievements on the bottom of the deck. So I'll take those. Just going to move these over a little bit. This is a little bit similar. I believe it was the Leo reading that I did. So there may be, you may have Leo placements as well. So please remember, this is a collective reading. Please take what resonates with you and leave the rest. There's a similar energy here to uh, the Leo reading, I believe it was. I did clear the energy. So this may be the person viewing may have placements in both. I'm not sure. Um, okay, let's get started here. Just gonna put the original cards. Okay. So I see here with maturity, you consider yourself to be a very spiritually evolved person. Um, you've worked on yourself. You've done a lot of reading. You've, self-help books, spiritual books. you're very like high priestess energy, connecting with your guides, connecting with your intuition, journaling. Like you're a very, I'm getting the word self-aware person. Um, you entered a relationship, um, and something happened here. It didn't work out for some reason, and now you find yourself single. Um, it was very triggering for you. Whatever this was, it triggered you big time. It caught you off guard. Like you thought, hey, I've worked on myself for so long. I consider myself to be a very spiritually evolved person, and you are. Um, but I can't believe that this happened. Like, how can this be? Like attracts like. I thought I was in a high vibrational relationship here, but something happened and it triggered you. I don't know what that something is. Um, it may have something to do with finances, and I'm going to tell you why I think that in a minute. Um, but whatever it is, you're determined to bounce back, okay? And you are going to bounce back. Spirit's telling me that you are going to bounce back, okay? But this is a setback, an opportunity for you to learn and grow further because, we're always spiritually evolving. There's always more to learn, no matter how healed you think you are. Um, you know, One of the things I truly believe is if someone tells you that they are completely healed, they're fooling themselves, okay? We're never completely healed. There's always something to work on about ourselves. We're always spiritually evolving, always growing. There's always more to learn, okay? So, you know, maybe this is what um, kind of triggered you a lot because never mind what the person did to you or what happened. It's like, what? I can't believe this is happening. It's like a disbelief. Like, I thought I was so past this. And, maybe you're finding yourself like things are like a spiral and and you're like, gosh, I thought I healed this like decades ago and some old wound is coming up again, to show you that it's not completely healed. um, but you're never in the same place that you were like decades ago. Even if the same wound is coming up, you're now mature enough, spiritually evolved enough to see it from another perspective, okay? um, I used to work in women's shelters. Spirit's asking me to share this with you for some reason. I used to work in women's shelters, and one of the things that I was taught was so it was shelters for abused women and their children. And one of the things I was taught was, sometimes a woman would come into the shelter, and she'd, um, have some growth and but then return to the partner. And I think the statistic at that time was that someone would come in and out of the shelter like 15 to 20 times, something like this, returning to their partner, coming back, returning to their partner, coming back, their abusive partner. And so our belief was that what I was taught was that every time the person, comes to the shelter and then goes back and returns, they don't return to that relationship the same person because there's been some kind of growth and self-reflection and spiritual growth while they were in the shelter. Not just because of what they're being exposed to in the shelter, but just the fact that they stood up for themselves, left the relationship for a little while. Like, they had the courage to do that. Um, so every time there was a bit more growth. And it's the same here, okay? You may be caught off guard that this has happened, and you're like, I thought I healed this years ago. but you've grown, you've evolved, okay? And you've got more tools now to deal with whatever this is. Um, so you're not in the same place you were decades ago or years ago. You have evolved, you have grown. Now you can see this wound with new eyes, with a new perspective. And Spirit is asking you to take some time out, okay? Rest and rejuvenate. Go into hermit mode. There is an ending and new beginning here for you, but you have to um, take time to reflect, to do your healing. I have a feeling you're a very spiritually evolved person with that maturity card on the table. Excuse me. So you know what you need to do. I don't even need to go into it. You know what you need to do here. If I'm talking about healing, either energetic healing, praying, journaling, uh, speaking to a professional counselor, okay? Um, uh, Doing meditation, guided meditations, whatever you need to do, whatever resonates with you, you know what you need to do. You're spiritually evolved, whoever I'm speaking with here. Okay, and there is a new ending, a new beginning. Um, so here's that disruption card. You were triggered, okay, and it caused disruption. But like I said, you're mature. You've built a strong, you have a firm spiritual foundation, okay? And a lot of mental fortitude, I'm hearing. So you're going to get over this, okay? You are going to make it through. There's just a little more healing that needs to be done before your new beginning comes in, okay? Ending, beginning. Um, I feel that um, you went into this relationship after doing lots of work on yourself with an open heart, lots of heart chakra work there. Um, uh, but here, this financial and material changes card, this card to me is a card of having some financial instability, like living paycheck to paycheck or something. This thing that triggered you may very well have to do with finances. Like if this was a partner, a long term partner that's left, now you may find yourself more financially tight than you've ever been. It could be that you found out that this person was spending money that you didn't know that they were doing that. Like, oh goodness, I'm getting the example of them possibly spending money on porn um, or making bad investments. Something that you didn't know about and it's impacted you financially. Take what resonates with you. Um, Leave the rest. But I believe this may have something to do with money, and a financial abundance. So I would work on that as well. And now to get yourself out of this, there's going to be a lot of patience and planning needed, okay, to get yourself out of the situation. Maybe he or she has left you in a lot of credit card debt. Maybe the credit cards were all in your name. Um, there's going to be a lot of, I'm hearing bankruptcy for some. There's going to be a lot of patience and planning required here, but an ending and a new beginning is promised, okay? Um, and you will feel your passion again for life. I think right now you're not feeling very passionate about your life at all. You kind of feel defeated, is the word that I'm getting, and the energy I'm feeling. Like just feeling deflated, defeated. Like I just can't believe this. I just can't believe this happened. I worked on this. I thought things were better. Just questioning yourself. Um, uh, but work on yourself and remember that you are not where you were years ago, okay? You can now um, deal with this from a much more spiritually evolved perspective, a much more mature perspective than when you were younger. Um, and you know what you need to do to heal yourself. This card here, your passion, you will feel your passion and your happiness for life again. Yeah, I'm kind of getting like the Harry Potter, the Dementors, like they suck out any happiness from people. So there may be depression happening here. So please do speak to your doctor, to a medical professional, psychiatrist, psychologist, counselor, professional counselor. Get the help that you need to get yourself out of this. And believe me, you will get yourself out of this. Okay? There's a new beginning promised here. You will feel passionate about life again. And this card here in this deck, it's called Foundations and Achievement. But it's my happily ever after card, okay? You will be happy again. There is going to be a happy ending to this story. Um, you're just going through a challenging time in your life right now, and I'm sending you an enormous hug because I know it cannot be easy. So, an enormous virtual hug, okay? This is not easy energy, but you have more tools than you've ever had before to deal with this, to address this, and to get yourself out of this mess. Um, all right, let's get one more card for confirmation or clarification from Spirit. Spirit, what other message do you have for this collective, for Aries? What message do you have for Aries? Looks like Spirit has two messages for you. A message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. Oh my gosh. I think that this is your spiritual team speaking with you. You may feel very alone right now, like your spiritual team has abandoned you, but they're letting you know that they're still here with you. They're helping you through this. You have not been abandoned. You're not alone. And you're mature enough, spiritually evolved enough that you know this, okay? You are greatly loved. You are always loved, no matter what you're going through. You are loved. Know that. Feel it. Believe it. Just know it with your entire being. You can even pray on that. Spirit, help me to know with my entire being that I am truly loved. I'm not alone. Okay? The devil may have you feeling stuck. There's no devil card on this table, but that's the energy I'm feeling. Devil makes you feel stuck, like you're alone, like uh, um, like you're never going to get through this, but you are. A new beginning is promised to you, and a happily ever after, okay? You're going to get through this, and you're greatly loved. And here's further confirmation. Transformation. Your relationship with with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. So yes, that sounds uh, uh, like it should be between your external partner. If this was related to the Leo reading, it may be a confirmation for you if you have a Leo placement. I believe it was Leo who had that reading about a committed relationship and something coming between you. And this reading seems to give off the same type of energy. So that may be for you if you do decide to stay in the relationship, if that is you who have come to this reading as well. But I'm getting more for this reading that whenever we're in a relationship with another partner, um, we're just looking to balance the masculine and the feminine. We all have masculine and feminine within us. So if you have strong masculine energy, you may be trying to balance it with someone who has strong feminine energy. And if you have strong feminine energy, you may be looking for strong masculine energy in another partner. What I believe here with this reading, what this card means is that you're going to balance this masculine and feminine energy within you. Perhaps this is the when you healed this wound in the past, you hadn't gotten here yet, okay? And now you're ready to balance the masculine and feminine within you, and uh, uh, and transform in that way, so that you're not looking for um, what you don't what hasn't healed inside of you, what you don't have, okay, balanced inside of you. You're not going to be looking for that, what's missing in another person. You will find in the future, with this new beginning and this happily ever after, if you have your feminine and masculine balanced within you, you'll find a partner you're vibrationally who also has their masculine and feminine balanced within them. Okay. Um, I hope that makes sense. I have a feeling it will, because I think I'm speaking to a really spiritually evolved person. Um, uh, but if it didn't, please explore this further. I can tell that you're someone who likes to read, um, who likes to explore spirituality and self-help. So, read up on that. Look into that if you don't know about it. Well, okay, Aries, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for being here. If this reading resonated with you or you enjoyed this reading, please show this channel some love. I'm wishing you all the very best on your spiritual journey, on your love journey. Have a great rest of your day. Sending you lots of love.